Good day, Ma'am Nanli. I am Stephanie Kiratilia.
I am Shermaine Hamil.
I'm Eleazar Genesio.
I'm Romel Ray Angelo Pina Kaituna.
And I am Ethel Clavicilias.
And we are the Group 6. Today, we will delve another topic. But before that, let's have a short game.
So our game is 4 picks and 1 word. So these are the rules of 4 picks and 1 word. You'll be presented with 4 pictures that are related in some way. Number 2, your goal is to figure out the 1 word that connects all 4 images. And you can type in your guesses and the game will tell you if you're right or wrong. So let's have first the number 1. What do you think is this? It is globalization. Number 2. Yes, it is a trade. And last number. What do you think is this? Correct, it is a region.
Good job, students! So based on the words that are guessed, what do you think our new topic? Today's topic, we will be tackled about the Asian regionalism. But before that, let's have first the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, 80% of the students are expected to identify the factors leading to greater integration of Asian region, create a graphic organizer about the challenges on regionalization and globalization in Asia, and express opinion on how the challenges in Asia will be overcome. Are we all confident that we can achieve these learning objectives? So in order to achieve these learning objectives, we have to listen and understand our topic this day. So these are the contents of our topic this time. The first one is the differences between the regionalization and globalization. Next is the integration of Asian region and the challenges on regionalization and globalization in Asia. So let's have first the regionalization versus globalization. Before that, let us define first what is regionalism. It defined as a political ideology that favors a specific region over a greater area. It usually results due to political separations, religious geography, cultural boundaries, linguistic regions, and managerial divisions. So when we say political ideology, it refers a particular set of preferences about the decisions should be made. Also, political ideology is beliefs, especially in politics. So regionalism is often seen as a political and economic phenomenon. It is a process and must be treated an emergent, socially constituted phenomenon. It means that regions are not naturally made or given. Rather, they are constructed and defined by policymakers, the economic actors, and even the social movement. So the next topic will be the differences between the regionalization versus globalization, to be discussed by our next reporter, Ms. Hamil.
So, thank you, Ms. Stephanie. Now, let's have the difference between regionalization and globalization. So, do you guys have any idea what is regionalization? Yes, that's great. You all have a point. So, we have here the definition of regionalization. It is the concentration of economic flow within region, thereby binding together the region's economy. So, I have here another definition for regionalization. It refers to the division of a large area into smaller regions to enhance local economic, political, and social connections. So basically guys, ang regionalization is ang pagbahin-bahin sa usa ka nasod into a smaller group. That's what we call region. So gibahin-bahin ni siya guys para mapadali ang pag-unlad sa atong ekonomiya as well as ang paghatod sa serbisyo sa gobyerno para nato. So I have example here guys sa regionalization. So we have here our country, the Philippines. So atong country guys is di-divide na siya into regions. Like we have here 17 regions in our country. So for example, our NCR, of course, our region 7. So gibuhat ni siya guys para mapadali ang serbisyo nga ipaabot sa gobyerno because og ang gobyerno ra guys ang muhatod og serbisyo sa tanan, well dili siya madali gyud guys. Well, whereas kung natay region guys, we have different leaders sa kada region, guys. That's why ang regional ay mag-manage sa mga regions. So that's why we have regionalization. And next up, we have globalization. So permi na to ni madunggan, guys, like sa ato ang mga past reporters, like mga discussions ni ma'am. So we have here the definition of globalization sa PPT. So it is a process by which the people of the world are unified into a single society and function together. So basta gani globalization, guys, ang atong yung hinumduman is the word interconnectedness. Usa may mga interconnected like the people, the society, the nation. So interconnected, they are bind to function together, guys, to make our world more connected and better. So for example, here is the multinational corporation like McDonald's, the Apple, and the Amazon. So kana sila, guys, example na sila sa globalization because they function in different countries. So they bind many people and multiple countries, as well as the social media like Facebook and TikTok, which connects people around the world. Or also, guys, we have here our organization. We have the World Trade Organization that facilitates economic exchange across countries. To sum it up, so regionalization only focuses on strengthening smaller economies, while ang globalization integrates these regions into a single global system. So regionalization promotes economic independence within a region, whereas globalization encourages interconnectedness beyond regional boundaries. So, kaibaw na mo, guys, the difference between regionalization versus globalization. Now, let's have the difference between regionalism and regionalization. So, kung namina mo, kung nagnitan-aw mo sa vid ni Stephanie ganiha, nakaibaw na mo, guys, kung asa meaning sa regionalism. But let's also review what is the meaning of regionalism. So, it is the theory or practice of regional rather than central system of administrations or economic, cultural, or political affiliation. So, sa gingon ni Stephanie ganiha, it is an ideology. What is ideology? Yes. So I have here another meaning of regionalism. So it is an ideology or political movement that supports governance rather than centralized national control. It emphasizes the importance of a specific region's culture, economy over a national or global approach. So from the word region, nag-focus gapon ni siya, guys, sa smaller area. So mo di ang ideya nga mas gipalabi or gipaboran ang ilang rehiyon kaysa sa national identity. So makita ni kasagaran sa mga culture, guys, sa mga lain-laing rehiyon sa atong country. For example is mas daghang Pilipino ang mas muila sa ilang kaugalingon nga rehiyon kaysa sa nasod nato. For example is mga Bisaya, mga Ilocano, mga Waray. So mas niila sila sa ilahang rehiyon, sa ilang kultura kaysa sa atuang nasod. So, ilan ang gibuhat para ma-preserve ang ilahang culture. So, another example is ang ubang tao sa Visayas and Mindanao, mas gisi nila ang mga tao sa Luzon as more opportunate because they live near the capital of the Philippines. So, ilahang pagtanaw is mas daghan sila opportunity, mas duol sila sa Manila, and daghan og mga resources, guys. So regionalism ni siya, example sa regionalization, kay gusto nila nga patas ang pag-apod-apod sa resources within a country. We have here again regionalization. So gidiscuss na siya ganiha, but atong iingon ang definition. So it is a division of a nation into states or provinces. So to further explain about ani, so it is a process sa gobyerno nga magpadayon sa pagpalig-on sa mga rehiyon. So it is a way nga ang gobyerno may maghatag og ang importansya sa pag-preserve sa mga rehiyon. And we have here some examples is the local government code. We have the K-12 mother tongue subject. So gihimo ni sa gobyerno para bisan pa sa mga emerging na nga panahon, like we use other languages, ma-preserve yapon sa mga kabataan ang atong languages para mapasa pa sa mga next generation. So you guys now know what is the difference between regionalization versus globalization and regionalism versus regionalization. So I hope you learned something from my report, and now I am giving the floor to Mr. Alyazar to discuss the integration of Asian region. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Sherry. Now let us move on to the next topic, which is the integration of Asian regions. So integration of Asian regions refers to the process where Asian countries work together to reduce economic barriers between them, facilitating increased trade, investment, and people movement, often through regional organizations like ASEAN. If you remembered what ASEAN means, which is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which consists of 10 members. Now, integration of Asian region is a process where Asian countries come together and work together to achieve greater economic interdependence and prosperity across the region. There are 4 types of integration of Asian region. These are the regional integration, the economic integration, the political integration, and the single market. So, what is regional integration? Regional integration is the process by which 2 or more neighboring nations or states agree to cooperate and work closely together to achieve peace, stability, and wealth. So, example for this is the APEC, or the Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation, which has 20 member economies, which promotes economic growth, trade, and investment. Also in ASEAN, it's also a regional group. A African Union, the Union of South America Nations, the Caribbean Community, and the Central American Integration System, also known as Sistema de la Integración Centroamericana. The next is the economic integration. So economic integration is the process by which different countries come to an agreement to remove trade barriers between them. So the example of these are the NAFTA, or also known as now is the United States Mexico-Canada Agreement, which they agree on each other to remove trade barriers between them in order for them to easily access goods and services by countries. Then we have also the PJEPA, or the Philippine-Japan Economic Partnership Agreement, which also aims to reduce tariffs, foster trade in goods and services, and promote investments between these 2 countries. Next is the political integration. It follows as cooperating states have become completely integrated into a single market, since there is a need for common policies in social aspect and political institution. Now, political integration refers to the process in which countries come together to form a cohesive political entity that allows them to share political structures, government, and policies. So, the best example for this is the United States, which composed of 50 states that shares the same laws, rights, and policies. Lastly, the single market is the midpoint between political and economic integration, that the cooperating states become so integrated that all barriers are removed. So, single market is a trade bloc that allows for the free movement of goods, services, and capital, and people. So all of the participating countries agree to follow common rules and standards. So one of the examples is the EU, or the European Union, which is established rules to help countries recognize professional qualifications. So its benefits is the easier business, and they can gain greater opportunities and innovation of countries. It took time for Asia to integrate economically due to, first, its unbalanced growth. Second reason for the delay is diversified cultures, religions, and customs among the people. And the third one is the issues and problems of security is the cause of the delay. According to SALI 2010, East Asian integration is considered the strongest in trade and transport and machinery, which the heart of these products is processing trade, which is also known as the fragmented or network trade, and kind of trade is trade in parts of components where different parts of the production process are located in different countries. So that's all for my part. Now I will give the spotlight to the next reporter, Miss Ethel Panisilis.
Thank you, Mr. Alizar. So now let us talk about ASEAN. So what is ASEAN? ASEAN, or also known as Association of Southeast Asian Nations, is a regional organization that promotes economic, political, and social cooperation among its 10 Southeast Asian countries. So it was established on August 8, 1967 in Bangkok, Thailand, and their headquarters is located in Jakarta, Indonesia. ASEAN has 10 member states, and Philippines is one of its founders. Originally, when it was established on 1967, it only has 5 members, and these countries are Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and Philippines. So these countries work together to create this organization, and later on, 5 more countries joined the organization, and these countries are Brunei, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, and Cambodia. So these 10 countries are the members of the ASEAN. However, there are potential future members and partners of the ASEAN, and this country is the Timor-Leste. In 2022, ASEAN agreed in principle to grant Timor-Leste full membership, but the country is still fulfilling its membership requirements. So, it ongoing pa ang iyahang memberships para ma-full na siya nga member sa ASEAN. It currently has observer status. Additionally, ASEAN has dialogue partners, and these countries include US, Japan, China, and India. This country has a lot of contributions sa ASEAN because they engage in economic and political cooperation, but they are not a full member. So now let us talk about the goal of ASEAN. So the ASEAN aims and purposes is to accelerate the economic growth, promote on matters of socio-cultural interest, and maintain regional peace and prosperity. Just like any groups, ASEAN also has its goal, and one of its goals is that they wanted to grow their economies. It is for each country to have greater opportunities and more jobs para sa ilahang people. And also, they aim to help each other when it comes to culture, their culture and their health and education, as well as they also wanted to keep peace within the community so that they will avoid fights and any war from other countries. And then they wanted to improve together by working together. Now, let us talk about the 3 pillars of ASEAN. ASEAN community is built like a house because it is supported by its 3 pillars. And just like what I've mentioned earlier, it is called ASEAN pillars. So these pillars are the following: ASEAN Political Security Community, ASEAN Economic Community, and ASEAN Social Cultural Community. So the first pillar we have is the Political Security Community. This pillar helps community solve problem peacefully. So because of this pillar, it protects our rights and our territory, and also it ensures that we have a peaceful community. The second one is ASEAN Economic Community. This helps countries trade and do business together. It aims to improve the economy by promoting it for commerce and businesses. So this provides opportunities for its people sa each country kay it gives more opportunities by kanang giving more jobs bitaw, and then kanang mas daghan ang opportunities. Okay, the third and last one is ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community. This helps people in health, education, and culture. It also provides awareness for us that even if we have differences, we still have the same or common identities. Okay, so now let's talk about what happened on 2015 sa Asian nga organization. In 2015, ASEAN officially established the ASEAN community, making a major step toward deeper regional integration. This was a historic milestone in Asian development.
It marked the beginning of greater regional integration, making ASEAN stronger in global trade and diplomacy. So, it has four main goals, and these are: number one, single market and production base. This creates a single market so that buying and selling things is easier, so that making trade in goods and services is easier. Second one is highly competitive economic region. It encourages business to grow and succeed. It gives us the opportunity to think outside the box, with means that we should be competitive internationally and not just focus on local opportunities. The third one is equitable economic development. From the word itself, equitable, it ensures countries benefit equally. So it helps everyone succeed, so no country is left behind. The fourth and last one is the integration into the global economy. So this helps us strengthen connection with other countries. It also provides opportunity for us to work with bigger connections. So that's all for my part, and before I'll end my discussion, I would like to ask you a question. So my question is, why is ASEAN important? Okay, so thank you for your answer. So ASEAN plays a big role in the world by promoting peace, economic cooperation, and cultural exchange. It helps member countries work together instead of competing, making Southeast Asia a stronger and more united region. So this means that ASEAN is not just an organization. It is a community of nations working towards a better future for everyone in Southeast Asia. So, by cooperating in politics, economy, and culture, ASEAN helps ensure stability, progress, and prosperity for all its members. So, thank you everyone for listening, and I hope you learned something from me. So, now I will give the floor to Mr. Nakaituna, and God bless.
In this part, we analyze the challenges to sustainable and inclusive growth in Asia, stemming from regionalization and globalization, focusing on trade, financial flows, and regional policy coordination. It examines complexities and obstacles to effective financial integration and intergovernmental cooperation, despite opportunities for competitiveness and technological advancement. First is trade. The openness of Asian economy encourages competitiveness and transfer of technology. However, the openness also presents challenges. Uneven distribution of benefits may lead to economic disparities between nations. Furthermore, increased competition can trigger protectionist measures, potentially disrupting free trade and hindering overall economic growth. Next is financial flows. Stable economic policies will give confidence to financial markets and attract private savings in the domestic level and regional cooperation. However, the potential for financial crisis remains a significant concern. A lack of confidence can lead to capital flight, weakening currencies and hindering investments. Furthermore, reliance on foreign investments can result in high debt burdens, leaving countries vulnerable to external shocks. Next is regional policy coordination. Each country has an increasing stake in the sound policies of the others, with countries becoming more integrated. Countries within the region can play a constructive role in encouraging each other in maintaining sound policies. However, challenges remain. Political differences and sovereignty concern can hinder effective policy coordination. A lack of trust, stemming from historical tensions or territorial disputes, can further impede progress towards regional integration. While the openness of the Asian economy has facilitated competitiveness and technology transfer, ensuring stability in financial flows and achieving effective regional policy coordination requires careful attention to the potential risks. This report has highlighted the complex and evolving nature of Asian regionalism, demonstrating both success and ongoing challenges. The diverse approaches to integration and the cooperation within the region present both opportunities and obstacles for future development. We thank you for your attention and consideration of these findings.